Okay, everybody. I'm here to give my, thoughts of the Kingdom Hearts 3 D23 Japan 2018 Monsters Inc. trailer. That is a mouthful. I did one of these for the D23 Anaheim last year, which was a Toy Story reveal. And I generally do not comment on trailers. Generally, I don't. But when it comes to a game like Kingdom Hearts 3, it's the one thing that makes me want to talk about trailers because there's a lot of stuff that they're showing off. That makes me think this game might be out sooner than anyone thinks. And apparently, we're getting the release date at E3, but I'll get into that at the end of the video. So the first thing the trailer shows off, of course, is that Marluxia is back, but he's apparently not his somebody. How are they going to explain that? Because every member of the organization that is not does not have Xehanort in them, went back to their somebody. The only ones that weren't were Zigbar and Syax. They did not resort back to Breg, and Isa. The other ones did. Axel resorted back to Lee. Enzo resorted back to Zexion went back to Enzo. Vexen went back to Evan. Zaldin went back to Dylan. Lexius went back to Alias. So they're gonna have to explain why he's not his somebody, which I believe is called Lorium, which is from Unchained Key, which I have not played. My phone doesn't really let me play Unchained Key because it can't make the save file. I downloaded it and tried to play it, but I couldn't. It wouldn't let me play because it couldn't create the save file. Yeah, that's the way it was. But nah. Anyway. Then it shows off, I guess, the opening cutscene of Toy Story World from Buzz, Woody, Ham, and Rex's point of view. Then we get the Monsters, Inc. part of it, which we knew the trailer is now, the leak was true. But a lot of stuff has been touched up. Okay, Sully does look like his Disney Infinity version, but again, they already said took a long time to make Rapunzel's hair good. So, you're going to have a lot of fur for him. But other than that, everybody else in the Monsters, Inc. world looks really, really solid. Mike looks good. Boo looks good. The monster forms of Sora, Donald, and Goofy are really solid. Even though I think Goofy arguably looks the dumbest. Goofy looks the dumbest as a monster. But, anyway. Then you get all the gameplay stuff. You get to see the scared floor of Monstropolis, which I'm guessing is what the world name will be, because it's what the world is called in the movie. It's been a while since I've seen Monsters Inc., but I'm pretty sure it's called that in the movie. We see Sora's Keyblade, a Keyblade transformation in which the Keyblade turns into claws. Then it shoots over to the Tangled world, shows some gameplay of the Tangled world, in which you see Rapunzel and Flynn Rider fighting alongside you, which basically means that right now, the only place where we have 4 party members, counting Sora, Donald, and Goofy, plus the one for the world, is Olympus Coliseum with Hercules. But then again, who else in Hercules would they bother to make a viable party member? Because Phil's not really a fighter, Pegasus is more of a winged horse, and Megra isn't really much of a fighter either, so Hercules makes the most sense. I'm surprised it took to the 3rd numbered game to actually make Hercules a party member, though, since they expanded Olympus Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts 2, and they still didn't put him in the party. I don't mean as a playable party member, that's wrong, it just means as a sub-party member like Donald and Goofy, one you can't control, but helps around, So then it switches over, after Tangled. We're still in Tangled, but we see Sora with a water around him, and Ariel comes up. So Ariel is a summon or link, because apparently they're combining the summon system and the de-linking system and something like that. Ariel looked really solid. Shows more of the Toy Story world, where you see the Mad Teacups and the Keyblade transformation of the hammer. Then we get, I guess, what's the boss fight of the Toy Story world in a place that I guess they created for Toy Story's world. That's not in any of the movies that I know of. with this gigantic spaceship Heartless, and then you see Buzz, Woody, and Sora all on a rocket from Toy Story, and they jump off it, throwing it into the Heartless. That was interesting. And then the very final part of that trailer, it shows us the more Monsters Inc. world, shows off a twin yo-yo thing, which Sora can then make into like this little claw thing that just sandwiches and munches down on Heartless. And he uses Mike as a bowling ball, which is kind of funny because that's if I remember correctly, that's a throwback to the movie. Like I said, it's been a very long time since I've seen Monsters Inc. And then right at the very end, we see Vanitas in an Orion 13 cloak, and he's got his helmet on. And I luckily saw the subtitled version, so I know what Vanitas says. He says he's here to get the other side of him that lives in Sora's heart. That, of course, being Ventus. And then you hear Vanitas come out of Sora, but Sora doesn't know Vanitas, so that is clearly coming from Ventus. That's clearly coming from Ventus. And then Sora takes away Vanitas' hand. So this is going to be very interesting. And then I checked out the theme song trailer, Don't Think Twice. I know it's called Oath in Japan, but for the purposes of me, it's called Don't Think Twice. Which I imagine will be the ending theme, because if it stays that way for the opening theme, it's not like Simple and Clean and Sanctuary, which are still not exactly quick, but, you know, they're mid-tempo for the beginning, but they slow down at the end for the end credits, and that's probably what they're going to do with this. But this is a theme song in a very, very interesting position, because it's a theme song that has to wrap up, that is technically wrapping up the entire Xehanort saga. Not Kingdom Hearts as a whole, but the Xehanort saga. And from the snippet I heard of it, I think it will end up being up there with Simple and Sanctuary, in my opinion, but maybe not as good. But it definitely looks like it fits Kingdom Hearts 3. But the biggest thing coming out of that trailer was this scene of Riku and Mickey, in which the Way of the Dawn, Riku's Keyblade, is broken, and he can't use it anymore, so he leaves it in the realm of darkness in case the other Riku needs it. Now, I don't know what he's talking about. He could be talking about the Riku replica, he could be talking about Terra, he could be talking about something related to Kingdom Hearts 3 that we don't know, could be talking about Aqua for all we know, I don't know. That's going to be very interesting. And also, Riku and Mickey's new outfits look very interesting. This is the first time they've shown off what they got, basically, at the end of 2.8, or Dream Drop Distance, or whatever that movie was. I think it's in 2.8. Or 0.2 Final Chapter Prologue, or, yeah. Riku looks a lot like Noctis in Final Fantasy 15. But then again, Noctis is showing up in Tekken. So, that's odd. That's odd, but yeah. These two were really good trailers, and personally, can you imagine what the E3 trailer is going to be? The E3 trailer could potentially be the single biggest trailer we get, because we have not seen any of Big Hero 6 yet. So either A, they were always saving Big Hero 6 for E3, or it's a world that isn't all the way done yet, or at least not even done enough to show off yet. We haven't seen any of that outside of the concept art from shortly after they announced that Big Hero 6 was being Kingdom Hearts 3. We haven't seen any of that yet. And we haven't seen anything of Frozen yet, which is a surprise, because I almost guarantee Frozen will be in this game. I think that, okay, I also think Radiant Garden will be in this game, because where else are you going to put the Final Fantasy characters at? The ones that we've already had established. You know, Leon, Cloud, Tifa, Yuffie, Sid, Aerith. They all live in Radiant Gardens, so I imagine they'll be there. Somehow, Jensen's Tower will probably be there, since that's apparently the base of operations for, I guess, the Guardians of Light. But I don't know if it'll be attached to Twilight Town again, like it was in Kingdom Hearts 2, or if it's going to be its own world like it is in Birth by Sleep. The Dream Eaters, I guess they're a summon or a link or whatever, which is interesting. As long as it's that, I don't care. I don't even mind the Dream Eaters per se in Dream Drop Distance. It's kind of bad. A lot of abilities are attached to them, but other than that, I don't really like that too much in Kingdom Hearts 3, but it doesn't really bother me none. My biggest thing is, if she's in it, and I'm almost certain she's going to be just because of how Square treats her, is how's Lightning going to be thrown into this game? Because I have a feeling she's not going to be some 5-second cameo in some world somewhere. And I'm curious about what they're going to do with the final battle of this game. That could be what they show off in the trailer, is how the final battle works. At the E3 trailer, they could show that off. Personally, I think that I just think that they should just go all... They should just throw everything at the wall for that. Not just Sora, Donald, Goofy, no. Sora, Donald, Goofy, Mickey, Lee, everybody. Anyone who's ever a character who's capable of fighting should show up for this final battle. That is what... Because I think for the battle against Xehanort, that is the best way to end this saga, would be a fight like that. Take the Battle of 1,000 Hearts KH2 and just multiply it by 10. And just multiply it by 10, switching back and forth between parties of 5 with a lot of people, in which they finally break that rule of why can't you take people outside of a world. Especially with beating Kingdom Hearts 1 doesn't even make any sense for that, because he's already outside of his home world. I'm guessing, at least with that, he probably stayed because Bell stayed in Hollow Bastion. But still, Beast was always an iffy part about that anyway. About that rule anyway. So I hope they break that and just throw everybody in. Just throw every single solitary thing you can at that final battle. That's a perfect thing for it to do. So yeah, these were two very good trailers. The E3 trailer, which apparently Nomura confirmed will have the release date, the actual release date at the end of it. That should be big. And I'm not one of these people that believe that that's some kind of troll or they're going to do something different. I don't see any reason to doubt that 2018 is when we're getting this game. I don't see any reason to doubt that. Other than the pessimistic route, which I do understand. But given that this thing, we didn't even know it was a thing in 2013, now it's 2018, with a release date coming at E3 apparently, so it's going, Kingdom Hearts 3 has gone full circle in a way. The 10 years in development thing, logically it's only been in development, say, about 5 or 6, given when they started it. Yeah. And Kingdom Hearts is not really known for its delays. I mean, 2.8 was delayed by, it was pushed back, 2 weeks because of Final Fantasy 15's release? It's never been due to anything related to the development of the game. So, yeah, I think that come E3, when we find out the release date, we may be shocked, we may be surprised at the release date. Although, to me, E3 gives us a window of July through December. Although, realistically, I think it's July through November, because I think December will be, even if it does come out in December, people are still saying it's technically not going to come out in 2018. It'll come out in 2019, because December's last month of the year, yada, yada, yada. Even though I don't think this, I think July 13th could be a possibility, because that's a Friday the 13th, and it just seems like something Nomura might want to do, is release the game on Friday the 13th. My other date, I think, will be the release date is November 13th, just because that's a Tuesday, and it's the 13th of a month, and the number 13 is so big in Kingdom Hearts lore, that I think whatever month it is, the day will be the 13th, so that's what I think. I will also be looking at the E3 trailer, whatever that is. I know that E3 is in June. It's the weekend of, I think it's the 11th through the 14th of June. So whenever Sony or Microsoft have their press conference, I'll be sure to tune in just for that one trailer. Just for Kingdom Hearts 3's trailer. I'm guessing it'll be at the Sony one, because that's generally when Kingdom Hearts 3 shows up at E3, is during a Sony press conference. Unless Square Enix gets their own press conference. Which, I don't know what else they really would want to promote at their own press conference than Kingdom Hearts 3, other than the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which probably is years from releasing anyway. So, yeah. hope that was my thoughts. If you liked the video, like button down there, subscribe button is down there. My review of episode 3 of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel will be up tomorrow or Friday. I have a retro wrestling review coming up by the end of the month. It'll be a WWE review. All this, once I upload these, so yeah. I'll also put a link to my Twitter. I'll put my Twitter down there where you can follow me on that. It tells you when I upload. It tells you what I've uploaded and whatnot. So, yeah. If you liked the video, like button down there, subscribe button down there. Thank you for watching. Bye.